So here's part 4 of my little intro series. And what I wanted to end on is to just give you guys permission and to get you guys to give yourselves permission to just go out there and be creative, to dig into that creativity that you lost and help to reclaim and reconnect with that inner child that kind of got lost along the way. Because each one of us has creativity locked inside, and it's just screaming to be heard. So whether you do it on a daily basis or a weekly basis, I want you to find something that you really enjoy, whether that's coloring in a coloring book, whether that's sculpting, whether that's drawing pictures or painting or writing or cooking or dancing or anything. Anything that you kind of enjoy, you can have fun and kind of be yourself. You can also use it as a therapy to kind of let go of the world, go into your own special magical place, and just have fun. And one of the things that's going to help you to do that is by making time for yourself and building a habit out of making time for yourself to just enjoy it. Now, for everybody that's telling me that they don't have time, I'm not saying that you have to do an entire day. I'm not saying that you have to do an entire hour or two. Just make it so even if you only have 5 or 10 minutes, just set yourself up to where, I'm going to start on something. I'm going to play around. I'm going to sketch in a sketchbook and, see where it goes. And the thing that I found is that a lot of times you'll get lost in the moment and you're just going to enjoy it so much that you forget about time. However, for those of us that have trouble starting, I'm going to share with you guys a few of the habits that I have and that work for me. So I always, whenever I do things, my mornings are when I'm ready to go. I just wake up, I go through my morning routine, doing things I need to do, and kind of just taking time for myself. And then I come in here and I want to make sure that I do a little bit of writing and I do at least a little bit of clay sketching. That way it gets me started, it puts me in a good mood, and I actually make sure that I do it every day. Notice what time of day is good for you, what's your prime time, whether you're a morning person, whether you're a night owl, those times that you have the most energy and you're most alive and ready to create. And then look at the time slots and the things that are going on in that time slot. So what I mean by that is if you're doing something like usually doing laundry or, taking out the trash or doing something like that, is there another time slot to where, like in the mornings when you're not as productive, that you could be doing those tasks and opening up a slot for your creativity? The other thing that helps is I always like to set a timer, and that just does a few things for me. First, one of the biggest resistance we're going to have is we come in and we say that we want to do something, but let's say I want to go into the studio and sculpt. The problem with just saying that is that what happens is our mind fills that up and says, well, I don't know, sculpture's going to take a long time. I don't know if I have enough time to do that. And your mind's going to fill it up thinking that you're going to spend 4 or 5 hours there. Whereas if you go in and you say, you know what, I'm going to work on this for 15 minutes. I'm going to work for a half hour, and that's it. You set yourself a timer, and it kind of puts you on the clock and gets you moving. But it also tells your mind that, this is only a half hour. And when that alarm goes off, you have the choice of either keep going because you're excited, you're interested in it, or it'll also give you that time to say, you know what, I had fun, I put my time in, and I'm gonna kind of take a little while to relax, but I'm happy that I actually put that time in. So for me, what I do is I have a timer. I have one of these little clock timers, but I usually also do it on my phone. And normally I give myself 45 minutes to do sketches. And what that does is it helps me to push to get as far as I can. I'm not doing that so that I rush through it, but I'm doing that so that it pushes me to focus on the bigger things. Like when I'm doing like a likeness or a portrait, it focuses me to focus on the big shape and trying to get the little things that make that character. So, when I was working on this morning, it's just about getting the features, adding in the baseline of the hair so that I could get her likeness, and really just focusing on that and not even worrying about any of the small details. Just capturing the likeness and the expression that I wanted to, and trying to bring that piece to life. And when I do this, sometimes, that's how a lot of my pieces start. Sometimes I'll go in, I want to work on a portrait to work on my likeness skills. Sometimes I say I want to go in and try to work on, features like ears or certain things, or I'm just going to go in and just throw the clay and see what happens. And a lot of my demons and some of my other characters came out that way. It came out to where I'm not really sure what I'm going to work on today, but I'm just going to dig in and see what comes out. And as I'm doing that, the clay and the shapes start coming together, and some cool characters come out. And a lot of times, a lot of bad characters come out too. But the thing is that that's a bad idea that's out of your head now. You don't have to worry about. And you still put in the time and you had fun. The biggest thing that's going to get you guys moving forward, and if you're one of those people that doesn't think you're very good at something, with doing the best way, and the only way to get better is with repetition. So I could go in and sculpt something I don't like today. However, I still went through the motions, and it went into learning more things as I was going along, as well as muscle memory and just getting used to doing it. And with that that's going to build on to tomorrow, and it's going to build on to the next day and the next day. And that's how I've been able to get to myself to the point where I am today, is by doing these daily sketches as often as I can. And I'm trying to get back into the habit of doing it every single day, which is why I'm starting to do them again in the morning, right after I wake up and meditate and do all my stuff to get myself in check. And so with that, you're going to keep improving and keep getting better. And by doing these little sketches, you're getting a lot more workout and you're getting a lot more movement out. So that's the other reason I want to emphasize doing quick sketches and studies, is that, for example, sculpture, I could work on a portrait or a finished piece and constantly noodle on it and try to work on small little details and things like that. However, a faster learning curve is going to be doing a bunch of small studies and sketches and really moving a lot more clay and creating a lot more characters rather than focusing in on just little details. Now that's great for completing and finishing a piece. However, if you can start off your day with just doing quick sketches, it's going to make everything else even better. And even doing those small studies for yourself in the morning, like if there's certain skin textures or certain fabrics or certain, hair designs or things like that, you can do quick studies of them really quick to kind of get the big block in shape and then figure out exactly how to get it worked out before going on to a big piece. So it kind of went in a lot of different directions, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed this series. And what I'm looking to do is I will continue with my Tuesday night inspirational and kind of using art as a therapy and as a tool to kind of give out some concepts to help with your mindset and to help you overcome your obstacles. And then I'm looking at doing some more videos as well as some full courses that I'll be offering. But I also want to look into doing like a Saturday morning creativity session that's going to be focused more on really quick sculpts, but super simple and fun and geared more towards kids and family activities. So hopefully, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to knock one out for tomorrow, but I'm shooting for, if I'm able to do every Saturday morning, like the old Saturday morning cartoons when the kids would go out there and just watch cartoons and, have fun with the family. I want to try to do something to where it's going to be creative and engaging, something like that I can put out every Saturday morning. So that's what I got on my radar right now. That's what I'm working on. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Please let me know what you guys think. If there's anything that's holding you back, or if you have any questions, or if there's anything you guys would like to see. Because I'm going to be knocking out a bunch of these sketches, sharing them with you. Hopefully I'll be able to compile them into a sketchbook of sorts to kind of go along with this series on, really just diving in and creating a sketchbook of clay. Because that's how you're gonna have fun. That's how you're gonna get better, and nobody's really ever done that. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.